Okay, today being the 27th of June 2018, the Kilifi County Assembly has, for the first time since the inception of the revolution, managed to pass the budget before 30th. Normally the practice has been, people push and pull, and there's always been a delay. But I want to take the early opportunity to thank the members in their work this time, especially the budget committee chaired by Honorable Kiraga Gongoni. I think they have been able to devise a new mechanism on the approach of the budget. But as you have seen, this, to me, I think is one of the budget that reflects on the wishes of the people. And I will categorically say that based on the fact that in the previous financial year, there were some projects which were collapsed, and this is a request that was made by the executive because they had so many pending bills, and it was agreed unanimously because the issue of the pending bills was becoming an issue of county concern. It was agreed that the ward projects be collapsed and that money be put in order to offset the pending bills. But what happened is that when the estimates were brought to the county assembly, even after that agreement between the executive and the assembly, there was an agreement that these projects will be brought in this financial year. But what happened is that when we received these estimates, we realized that the executive had still not reinstated. I think that was the main issue of concern. However, the assembly in its wisdom has been able to use its powers enshrined in the constitution to reinstate those projects. It is funny because when we had agreed that the projects be collapsed, because it was felt that there was an urgent need to offset pending bills. And when that happened, there are some projects which had started, and these projects were abandoned shortly. But when the estimates were brought to us, it was realized that the executive had not taken into any consideration to complete the projects. I know there might be a tug of war in the next few weeks because the move that has been taken by the assembly is not very popular with the executive, and that is a matter of fact. Because instead of finishing what they had started, it came to a realization that they were starting new projects, and then the assembly was asking itself, why would you want to start on a new project when an old one has not been completed? So in doing so, so many of the things that the executive had allocated money for, which in the wisdom of the assembly were not necessary, money was slashed out to complete this project. And I advised categorically the members that it will be improper for the assembly to pass a budget that will see new projects coming up when clearly there was an agreement that these projects were supposed to be restated. I think that will be the next issue to look into before the appropriation law is assented to. Clearly, it's not going to be a very friendly budget to the executive, but I think to the people of Kilifi, it is one of the things that the people have been waiting for. As you've heard in the chambers, these members have been facing numerous questions from the people as to when those projects are going to be completed. So what the assembly has done, it has appropriated money to ensure that all the projects that were collapsed have now been reinstated, and this is an issue which I think if implemented, then we will have progress in terms of project implementation. The other thing that I see happening now, which we tried in the past, is that public participation. It's one thing. One of the things that the committee was actually realizing is that whenever they went to the ground, the people were complaining that they have never had any engagements with the government in terms of the budget, and that even what they had suggested to the government is that it was not put into consideration. The chairperson has reported that at some point the members of the budget committee were almost beaten because members are asking, why do you keep coming to us, and even when we give you what our views are, you don't put them in the budget? But that is because members were angry. And last time we put a budget, you removed money because you said you're going to pay pending bills, and then now, looking at the budget, these issues have not been taken care of. So as an assembly, we were able to correct that anomaly, and I think now all the project that had been started in the previous financial year will be completed.